right, good morning. We are the week of Thanksgiving. Back out here in sunny Oak Hills. Got our survey done about a week and a half ago. And now we know exactly what we're working with as far as our corners and lines. Had a pretty good idea before, but now we know all the skinny about it. So we are fine-tuning a couple of spots that need to be addressed in this last field. Today's plan is to get this field knocked out. We got it being dissed right now, and got my dad and Zach on the skid steer. They're in front of me. They are kind of fine-tuning some root raking and get the last little section, every square inch we can. But pretty warm down here in Northwest Florida, as is typical for this time of year, because it's Florida. We got some rain, hopefully going to come in. I'd say best case scenario would be Sunday, Monday. If we can get this ryegrass down today, we'll be in a really good spot for some germination. What's everybody's plans for Thanksgiving besides eating too much and taking good naps? It's kind of my plan. I'm going to fry a turkey up and have all kind of fixings. It's going to be a good time. You know, it's funny, the more you use this equipment, you learn better and faster ways of doing things. When I first got this, I thought, oh, excavator, cool. We will just pull all these trees up and make fast work of that. Then realize that, hey, we also got a push blade up front. Sure makes these small ones a lot easier to get rid of. Sometimes you have to reach down and get some of these clumps, just junk, and that's pretty easy to do. So we got in. So what's today? Today is Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We got in Saturday from Colorado. Me, my girl, Miss Christy, her mom, sister, her sister's 2 kids. Christy's son Jacob, he's on the tractor up there doing some disking. See him off in the distance. We got in, and then Christy's aunts from Puerto Rico came in that evening. And we got more family coming in from Texas tonight. Then her uncle's coming in tomorrow night. We have taken over. And it's good to have the help today and yesterday. Yesterday we spent a lot of time doing some prep work, doing a couple of small things, getting seed, getting fertilizer from the feed store, just Dad did some raking out here. Did get the fertilizer spread, which was nice. What else did we get done? Oh, a lot of lock splitting. Bought a splitter from Lowe's, just a little Champion hydraulic. And let me tell you, that thing sure made life easy. Always had a good time. We had a 8x16 trailer, which was full of firewood. Hauled that back to the camp last night. I have a smokehouse down there. Try to get a video of us building that too. That'll be a fun thing. We like to hunt hogs, hogs and deer that are hunt lease, and it will be nice to smoke our own sausage. So for the pros that are watching me dig up these things, hitting the cab with the debris, yeah, not a certified, bona fide, tried and true operator. Yeah, I can pull sticks and levers and push buttons, but I am not going to call myself an excavator operator. Wish I could. That means I've spent a lot of my life doing this. And unfortunately I haven't. And every time I get on equipment, I sure love it. Didn't get that one very good. These guys can take this equipment and it's like an extension of their hands, their arms. Pull everything out. Probably get a toothpick and clean their teeth out with it. There's a good action shot of the guys. Zach's in the skid steer. Jacob's on the tractor. Dad's been coaching Zach a little bit of the controls of the skid steer down there. Fortunate to have the help. I'm glad the kids are out here doing this stuff. So when I was growing up, Dad had a garden. We got to do that garden by hand. Granddad had a garden. I think he eventually got a little push behind tiller. Made life easy, but we didn't really have equipment that we used. We just did things the old-fashioned way, which is great too. But let me tell you, this is so much better. I know I make a lot of wasted trips with the excavator instead of getting a full load and everything else. When you get one like that, it's like a good golf shot, you know. I'm terrible at golf. I played golf. And I could go out there and have a decent time. Not a golfer. You just get one good shot, and all of a sudden you think PGA is going to be calling you to give you their card and go play on the Pro Tour. Never mind that the next 50, 60 shots are going to be total crap. You're going to lose more balls than you can count. But one good shot keeps you coming back for more. Sand behind me. talking about earlier videos. This little guy. Not a whole lot to him. Those aren't too bad. They come up pretty easily. Now, I know if we had not monster, just a much bigger excavator, we could probably, I know we could do things a lot faster. But for the size of this KX057, my goodness, this thing is just a beast. You really can't. I wouldn't think something that's small. It's not small. It's just not. It's not a 315 or big Caterpillar or John Deere or any of those. It's just a regular mini excavator, and what it can do, which is a lot, very impressive. Talking to a good friend of mine yesterday. He came out to see the property, and he's been doing a homestead about 20 minutes away from here. But we were talking about that. So it's almost 11 acres. We've cleared probably about 6.5, 7 acres of it. This all started in September. I think September 11th, September 12th. Was the day one of doing this, and it's still a long time ago. September, October, November. We're 3 months into this, but everything that's happened here on Sunny Oak Hills has been with this excavator, the SVL 75.3 skid steer. Little 2502, little 2502 tractor, and that's it. You have the mulching head for the skid steer. Not ready to go yet. It was a Seppi mulcher. Dad had so much fun coming through here and mulching all the property, kind of seeing what we had to work with. Once you get mulching done, it opens up a property so much more. You can see what you have and kind of start gauging what you're going to do, what's going to happen. You can start seeing things. Before you mulch, it's kind of a guessing game. But for the equipment that we have to have done this kind of work, I'm impressed. I wouldn't want to tackle this kind of project if we were professionals, land clearing and trying to do all that. I don't think a customer would want to pay us what it would take to be out here this long, but to be living in Colorado, coming down here when I can, which has been fairly often, once, maybe twice a month. Dad is here at least 2-3 days a week doing stuff. So root breaking, running the excavator. What else is he done? The mulching, breaking, disking. He's done a whole lot right by himself. He retired a couple of years ago. It's a good little thing to come out here and have fun. I still think it's like when we were kids and we had them on top of trucks. Just the things that we could play around with. And now kids have the fancy computers and phones and all that. Just something about getting on equipment. hard to beat it. So we're getting on the edge of the property line here. We are leaving a little bit of stuff here and there, but trying to get the... I guess there's no rhyme or reason what I'm doing here. So I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, trying to get some of the stuff cleaned out, sorted out, so that we can get everything dust. All these piles you can see right in front of me here, all the way down. This is like the very edge of where we'll be spreading seed today. Just want to get those piles cleaned up and taken down to a bigger pile. We could eventually, we'll start with break down some, and then we will eventually do some burning. It has been so flippin' dry here. Rain is just it's like a miracle nowadays. You can get it, and we need it bad. So we are hoping we get this timed right. Spread seed today, and by the weekend, at least the last half of the weekend, we can start getting some moisture on this and be good to go. We were real fortunate the first time we did the first field. That was about 2 acres. I was literally finishing covering the seed up when the rain came in. And that field took off like the plants. I did the other field last trip down here, and it's doing very well too. Not as good as the first field, but still really good. Hopefully this one will do just as great, or better. Better is gooder. So yeah, what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? I asked that question a while ago, but getting this thing and I start talking and working and kind of lose track. I did see a thing that I think tomorrow or today was like the busiest the airports will have been in, they said 10 or 15 years. To be 52,000 flights. This thing here wants to be difficult. $52,000 flights one day. Can't even wrap my head around that. All I know is I am thankful that I am not flying tomorrow. You're gonna work today, work yesterday, or work today. Tomorrow, it's gonna be doing things around the camp down in Gulf County, and I'm gonna pour a slab for the smokehouse. They don't have the exact plans of what I'm going to do on that, but it's going to be a 4-foot by 4-foot smokehouse. We'll do a concrete slab. Then we will have, there'll be 3 courses of center block that go up from there. And then we will have wood frame. I don't know. Cold smoking is a hard thing to do here in Florida. We may get maybe a week's worth of cold enough temps to do cold smoking. So probably have some heat in there. Just trying to figure out my heat source if I do an offset fire blocks or just have it where it goes. Got a little fire pit in the bottom of the smokehouse. Still working on all that. It's to be continued. We have a little small smoker that probably came from Lowe's, Home Depot, on the box source. And it's done good. It's easy to run real hot, which is aggravating, but for what we needed it for, it worked pretty well. I just think it'd be nice to be able to have a bigger smokehouse that we can do more with. And if we can get lucky, shoot some good deer, shoot some hogs, keep the freezer full. Some good sausage. Big root nut sandvine. That may be the biggest one here on this tree. The rest of it's just going to be easy pulling. A lot of times people think about clearing land, there's a dozer involved, excavators, dump trucks, all that stuff. We don't have a dozer. I'd love to have a dozer. We don't have a dozer. We don't have a dump truck. We have made do with what we have. And again, I couldn't justify if this was a paying job. I mean, no customer would pay this money to keep equipment out here this long to do this, to clear this much land. But to do what we're doing on our time and have our own equipment, I'm glad we did it. Sometimes it's just like a therapy. Come out here, you don't realize how fast time goes. Just digging, pulling, snatching, pushing. It's just a good time. Not sure this one's going to go quite yet. Maybe a little overzealous on that one. But I think we're close. Now, give it a little pushy push, tappy tap tap. That's about a, I don't know, 10-inch tree. I don't know how long it's been on that. 5 minutes. Dozer, you just drive it forward and push it over. It's also nice around these property lines that we can be a little more finesse what you take out. Whereas the dozer, kind of need that wide open area. Split that tree in half. Wide open area to do some pushing, and here you can be selective. Take what you want, leave what you have to. Split that fella. Well, I'm thinking about equipment. We did purchase all of our equipment through Crystal Tractor in Panama City. That was Mr. Robert, their sales guy, and we bought a handful of equipment from them the last couple of years. The tractor was a first purchase, little 2502. Used it to do work at our camp, at the hunting lease, and even here. Bought the skid steer, the 75-3 from them, and this KX057. Outstanding guy to work with. Can't say enough good things about Robert. Him and his team at Crystal, they've been really good to us. We had to actually bring the skid steer in. We had a leak. We didn't know where the leak was, and ended up dropping off to him. Mr. Tim was in there for, I don't know, a couple hours, had it fixed, and we had the machine back in no time. So, if you guys are in the North Florida area and have the need or the want to for some equipment, give Crystal a chance. Talk to Mr. Robert. He will treat you good. Couldn't ask for a better fellow. Always checks in, make sure everything's going good with us on our equipment. And just really appreciate the customer service you get with them. Alright, we got that fella down. We need to get to that here so Dad or Zach can grab it with the skid steer. Get it out of the way. Going back to the size of this thing, and yeah, there's much bigger pieces of equipment to work with. You can do things a lot faster, but these little machines they're nimble. You can get to spots that you couldn't in other places. You have the ability to just finesse yourself around your property. Sometimes it's good to have the big pieces. Yeah, if you're in the business for land clearing and you gotta watch your time and customer, you better get them a price that they can afford to justify spending the money on doing the improvements to their property. You gotta have equipment that gets in there, gets out. And I totally get that. If you just got a little bit of land and you don't want to pay somebody, you can always rent these things. There's all kind of rental places around the area. Well, if you're doing any kind of work for more than just a day, week, maybe, I don't know, having equipment on your property to me is a game changer. Allows you to do so many things. I'm sure we all wish that fall right out of the cab. We all wish we had more. I get that. And look on Marketplace. Find a good used one that's going to hold you over and do your needs and meet your needs. Come out and just have fun your property. Work it. Work the land. Dig ponds. Clear trees. Do swells. Whatever you want to do. You have plenty of options. And you have access to it. I wish in my younger days I could have had equipment. Maybe if I did, my body wouldn't feel as old as it does now. Had a really dear friend of mine call me the other day and ask some questions about my pole barn. Keep in mind, this friend of mine is the one that was responsible for teaching me construction, carpentry. We've hunted together, fished together, worked together. Just a very, very dear friend of mine. Great guy. That sounded fun, didn't it? I said, hey man, we can do a pole barn like we used to back in the old days. Strap on our hand tools and go out there and build it. He laughed and I laughed because we know that it's just not going to happen. It used to be easier. Getting older it's a fun thing. I will say I am wiser than when I was younger on some things. Other things I'm probably pretty stupid on. But guys that are fortunate to get into a trade, like operating equipment at a young age, man, that's a cool thing. A lot of companies around North Florida here that do land clearing, they do underground utilities, and a lot of job opportunities for people that want to learn to run equipment and how to do stuff. So if you feel like you're needing something different in life, and maybe you don't want to frame houses, maybe you don't want to shock yourself being an electrician, you don't want to dig a bunch of holes for plumbing and connect the pipe, get a job doing some equipment training. And then every day you're on equipment. Now, okay, I'm sure there's days, I know there's days, like anything else, that running equipment is not always fun. You may have a real crappy job site that access is aggravating. Maybe it's just soaking wet mess. Who knows what kind of problems you'll run into and everything else, but I don't know, to me it's just hard to be. Get out here on equipment, have fun, and you can get paid to do it. It's a pretty good gig. Decent lighter there. We have gotten so many lighter stumps off this property too. I cannot possibly burn all the lighter that we have gotten in my lifetime. Most people probably know what lighter is, but it's where all the sap, these pine trees, all the years have hardened up, and it is really rich sap part of the tree. You put a match on that, and it will burn and burn and burn. Great fire starter. Alright, we got this part done. I'm gonna go up a little bit, do some more.